On this episode of Picker Road, we are in the heart of downtown Seattle, Washington, in front of the Museum of Pop Culture. This place is so cool and we can't wait to explore it a little bit later in the episode. First, we're going picking.
And this is a real foodie town. That's right up our alley.
Picker Road is in the Pacific Northwest. Join the journey.
I'm Harleen, and along with my husband Gary and our son Will, we are a family of pickers. We travel the country finding treasures to bring to you. Along the way, we have great adventures. Come along with us. Join the journey on Picker Road.
Okay, so we're in a Goodwill and right in the heart of a really old section of Seattle. So hopefully we'll find something good.
Hey, we came all the way to the Emerald City to find Beantown. It's a Starbucks Beantown mug. It's in great condition. Looks like it's never been used. They went $2.99 for it. I'm taking that for sure.
And I saw this one down here. Look at these bunnies. Are they spectacular? They look so well done. And look, it is Monroe Saltworks.
Nice.
Yeah, I really like that a whole lot. Beautiful condition. Looks like it was never used.
I would
Love
say
it.
let's hop it into the cart, but we don't have carts, so I'm just going to have to carry things.
I know. Let's see what else the glassware has in store for us. What is this right here? It's very light. Let me just open this up real quick. It's $1.99. I love the elephant on there. It feels like rice paper. I don't know what this is. It is. It's rice paper. That's pretty fantastic. That looks like handmade paper, actually. This is really fantastic. I think this would be really nice for Valentine's Day. You could do handwritten notes to people and fold them up, or you could even maybe do some origami with them. But it's handmade rice paper. Absolutely gorgeous. And I bet this cost a lot of money.
Oh, dear.
Yeah. We're bucking tradition and moving on. Look at this interesting looking vase. What does it say on there? Can you read that?
It says, it's gotta stay still.
Mm-hmm.
It says Bunnyland, I think.
So this is an interesting section. They really have a mix match of a lot of different things. Now this is a Gans candle holder or vase. I don't know really what you'd want to use it for, but these face ones are very, very popular. You can see her name is Josephine. She's the artist Susan Pauley by Gans, and they sell. The problem is she's got a chip.
Oh, darn.
And I just can't buy glass like this with a chip.
Sorry, Josephine.
So I'm going to have to leave her. And we have a little Bullicante swan, but it is not marked. We are actually going to look at that. Do you see that little silver sticking out? Can you pull that with your other hand?
Let's take a look and see. I'm going to pause it and we'll see.
Wait a minute, I think I got it. Is that China? I think that's China. We're good. Okay.
False alarm.
It just doesn't feel really, really good. Down here, this is an interesting candlestick, but again, it's got some damage right there. We're trying to look at it, and it looks like it might say Yugoslavia. If there was two of them, I might be a little more inclined to pick it up. This is inexpensive glass. This is, what is this? This is copper, and it is Copperworks of Seattle. It's a distilling company. So that's kind of fun.
That probably came from a flight tasting.
Oh, look at him.
Oh, those are some big paws.
Is his ear broken, or is that just the way he is? But unfortunately, well, he was $36.
Marked down to 18.
But what are they selling him for? I don't even see a price on him. But he's pretty funny. And let's see, what do we have back here? It's a very lightweight piece. Not too fabulous. And what do we have here? We have a little ginger jar, $7.99. Don't particularly care for that. Not my vibe. And have a little mortar and pestle, a new piece. And let's see. Do you see anything, William, that you're really liking?
Not yet.
I like that. I like the way the flower is handled. Believe it or not, it looks like it's not chipped. But I don't think that's a very expensive piece. Just doesn't have that feel to it. All right. What are you seeing?
He's a hoot.
There he is. And this is nice back here, but it's not signed. It is art glass, but you know, it just doesn't have a high quality. These sell for about $7-8.
Yeah.
So let's go around the corner. Now we're kind of in the vase section, although they do have some planters here too. Let's look down here and see what we've got. This looks like a studio piece. Yes, there's the artist's mark right there. Very heavy, and it's not well executed. So I'm going to leave that. Very lightweight on that piece. And what, pray tell, is that?
Oh my.
It's like the biggest ring dish I've ever seen. Please leave in the chat if you guys have an idea what that is. I know it's not for baking because we've had things like that, but the sides would have to come up.
Yeah, exactly. Your bunt would go everywhere.
So I'm not quite sure what that's for, but I'm sure you guys do know because you guys are so smart.
You have to contain the bunt.
You have to contain something. So I don't know what that is. Let me know what you think it is. Oh, look at these rabbits. Too bad they're all broken. It's a new piece, but still like that color. All right, then we have clear glass. And I think that's it for the vases. Let's check out the art. We've got some little pieces here. So what I'm looking for are any frames that stick out and are of interest, because then whatever is in them might be really good. Let's see what we have. What is this? Oh, just a new mirror. All right, let's keep moving. This is a fancy box. That cost a lot of money at one time, but it's very scratched now. So we're not going to do anything with that. Does that look like a Picasso to you? These canisters are a pretty color in that really beautiful cobalt blue. They're just new pieces. We have ball jars. That's a newer one, though.
You can have a ball with those.
Yeah, really. Canning and preserving and all sorts of stuff. This looks like Bombay Company, and it is. They were always so good with that blue and white. We used to have a lot of Bombay Company in our home.
I always loved going and shopping there because they had like those butlers that were camels and
I know.
horses and stuff.
I know. Your grandma loved it. We have some different pictures up here.
I see something.
What do you see?
Isn't that Lennox over there? I
Where?
feel like we've sold that before.
This guy?
Yeah. Maybe not.
I don't think so. But you're thinking of that Christmas one.
Yeah.
Very much so.
It looked like it was.
It looks like it's been used, though.
Oh, it's a Starbucks.
That Christmas one was fantastic. Okay, I tell you what. Let's go upstairs and see if we can find some jewelry.
Ooh, there's a whole section of vinyls back here. I'm going to do a quick pop through Tom Jones. It's not unusual to find Tom Jones. I'm going to do a quick little pop through these and just see if we can find anything more recent. Of course, we're in Seattle. That's the home of Nirvana and Jimi Hendrix. I mean, wouldn't it be great to find an original pressing of one of theirs?
I know, wouldn't that be amazing?
Right here in Seattle.
I know.
So far, it is a lot of the standard Goodwill fare. Not to say there's anything wrong with these wonderful artists of the 60s. I know I listen to them all the time. Wouldn't be surprised if we saw the Smothers Brothers in here. Of course, we just lost one of them. Always loved their comedy. Got to see them live in Vegas when I was a kid, and it was so funny. Okay, I'm Seeing just pretty much a Rorschach of the 1960s. So, all right, let's move along.
Well, it's not quite as large a jewelry selection as I thought, But let's just take a look, you know? You never know. You never know what you're going to find. These all look like modern pieces. Oh, that's darn fancy. But it's a newer piece. Look at this. Those are pretty, but they're not real. Let's just take a look here. You know, sometimes they put things in bags. You just never know. Let's just see what we can see. You looking, Will?
I'm looking, but you're the jewelry person.
I know, sweetie, but you kind of know what to look for a little bit. Oh, here's some pins. Oh, look at this bumblebee pin. That's not Joan Rivers, is it?
That was her logo, right?
Right. Let me take a look. A little closer inspection is needed on this one. Oh, what do I see over here? Squirrel. Those almost look like silver for a minute, but they're not. Let's just take a quick look at this. Joan Rivers always had her bumblebees. I don't see a JS. If it had JS on it, I would take that absolutely all day long. So let's put it back up. And those they almost look like silver a little bit. How much are those? $3.99. Let's take a quick look at those. They look kind of silvery. Let's see. That one doesn't have a back on it. Could get out my loop, but I don't think I see anything. Do I take a quick look? Or should I get out my loop? I don't see anything.
I don't see any markings, unless I do. Let me just take a look at the loop.
All right. Well, false alarm, but that does have a very sterling silver look to it. All right. I tell you what, Will, let's check out with our treasures. We're now in the Fremont district of Seattle. We're at the Fremont Vintage Mall. Let's go in and check it out.
Cat.
Oh, there's Kat from Breakfast at Tiffany's. Well, we're starting right here in this cabinet, and look at that howling wolf. He's probably howling at the moon, but what he is he's a pewter Arthur Court, and he's from 1989, so he is vintage. He's really quite spectacular. I like him a lot. Let's see what else they have. They have some head vases. Those are getting harder and harder to find at sales. They want anywhere from 75, 100, 75 on that one too. So 75 to 100 on those vases.
Ooh, the $10 case.
Oh, everything in this case is $10. Okay, let me see what you got. What do you have for me? I like that little cloisonne apple box.
Mm-hmm.
That's quite good. $10 is a little bit high for resale. That's probably about a $15, $16 item. Let's see, we have some nice looking beads there. Those look like stone. They're certainly not glass. And look at that flower pin.
Let's go up for a second. Look at this
Oh.
MCM gold lamp set, 2 of them, $495 for the pair. Isn't that just stunning?
They are. They're quite interesting. They're very Hollywood Regency. So many diverse items in these cases. You've got a lot of metalwork in here, and you have some really vintage cufflinks. And then right next door, we've got some glass. That looks like Murano. They are saying it is Blue Circus Tent by Alfred Barbini. It's an ashtray. Oh, it is Murano right there, vintage Murano. They want $150 for that. And look at that swirl. They're calling that circus tent. Now that's something to learn, that swirl, that's what I don't know if that's what that vendor nicknamed it, or if that's actually a term that used in looking and identifying Murano glass. I would imagine if that was in red, that would certainly look like a circus tent.
Mm-hmm.
Let's keep looking down here and see what we have. Oh, I love this lion. Oh, he's so mid-century. How much is he? Costa Boda, and he is $24. I love him. But at $24, he's pretty much right on the money. So I can't do anything as a reseller, but if I was a collector of Costa Boda, I would want to grab him. Look at these glasses up here. Those are nice. Looks like there's only a pair of those. What are those?
Tiffin Madeira.
Madeira. Look at those. Plum. That's the color. They're plum. Ooh, they're heavy too. Those are nice. Nice glasses. Oh, now we're getting into some jewelry.
See the
Look at
Laurel Birch zebras there?
Where? I don't see them. Oh, yes, of course. $28. That's on the money too. Look at that old bottle of Shalimar from Guerlain, Paris. And down here, I love Guerlain's line. My favorite is Champs-Élysées. That's a really beautiful, very light fragrance. Look at these. Someone went to a lot of work on those guys.
Well, Lois Becker, you made quite a hoot.
The artist is Lois Becker, mid-century.
He looks almost like Marvin the Martian. He's like, good grief, I'm a hoot.
I know. He's kind of got that hangdog kind of look to him. Look at this piece down here. Copper piece. What does that say? That is Sternal and Company copper basket, $43. I like the way the vendors all are truly identifying what they have. Not just saying copper. That's really nice. It's a nice touch. Let's keep going and see what else we can find. We've got some vintage greeting cards. And oh, how much do they want in these grapes? They have vintage gold resin grapes. Those are $82.
Of course, we have ones just like those.
We do. Oh, look at the mermaid.
Oh my.
She's quite fancy, actually. She is signed, and it's a Jonathan Adler. She's a mermaid and a whale. Oh, that's fantastic. That's a really nice piece. Again, right on the money, but oh, that's such a nice piece. And look at these little tiki shakers. They're fun. $18 on those guys. And these Danish modern ones. You see this design quite often. Stainless salt and pepper, $20. Actually, they're a product of Japan.
Huh.
Let's keep looking. Oh, look at these shoes. Those are definitely older. Look at that. Little heel on them. Little delicate heels. And oh, look at all these mugs over here, Will. Got a lot of different choices here. It's an old kind of a milk glass. Federal, it is. It's a Federal mug.
Look at these tiki glasses here.
Oh,
these
yes.
Tiki mugs, kind of modernist.
$17 on that one. Oh, they're IKEA.
Huh. I never knew that IKEA did tiki mugs.
They must have done them a while back. Oh, this mouse is quite fun.
He's a maxi mouse.
He's happy birthday. He's $15. He's pottery craft. Not treasure craft, but pottery craft. Oh, and look at this. Tiger. He's a Mara. He's a large tiger mug, and he's $35. Now, this is what's interesting about this to me is that I'm learning a lot of these names. Now, some of these may be local to Seattle, since there are a lot of artists in the Pacific Northwest. But some of them could also be nationwide. And as we go through our travels, we very well might run into some of these names. And hopefully we will remember them. Oh, and look, we've got to get into some vintage Tupperware here. We have sold some of that. And look at this. So 70s. It's a little recipe box, little tin box. Now you see these from time to time at sales. It's a Syndicate. Is the name of it.
You're expecting Mrs. Brady to ask Alice to get a recipe out of it, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's from Phoenixville, Pennsylvania, and they want $25 for that. Now, I've seen these. I have to look out for these if they're selling in that price range. There's something that you could actually make a good profit on, and it's not necessarily something you might think about. Wow, this case is packed to the gills with jewelry. Look at this. So many different items. Look at these fun ones over here. Can you see those on the side?
I see the baseballs. No, those aren't baseballs. They're just white balls. Huh.
Well, it's just that they're very, very unusual. Those are those fun kind of plastic earrings that, you just have a little bit of fun with. And then down here, you have all sorts of, look at the alien ring in there. Can you see that one?
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of funny. I wouldn't wear something like that, but it is kind of funny. Look at this ring right there, that square one.
Oh, yes.
What is that? Is that glass? I don't think it's mother of pearl, but that's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very unusual too. Let's look over here. So many different ones. Look at this little chipmunk guy. I once bought at a sale a pin that was by Martine, Martine. Very, very good jewelry maker. And they worked primarily in 14 and 18 karat gold. It was a rabbit in a little tennis outfit, a girl rabbit holding a tennis racket up to her shoulder. And it was about that big, and I bought it for 50 cents at a yard sale. And I sold that for $2,600. It was 14 karat gold.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know it when I bought it. That was really a long time ago, early on in my picking. And I discovered the mark once we got home. So that was so fun. Those are the moments that, keep you going. They're exciting. So I'm always looking for Martine. Look at that portrait of Frida Kahlo up there. That's a cute little purse for a little girl. Very sweet. Little mid-century brass ashtray.
Hey, look at the giraffe.
Where do you
From
see
Pier
that?
1.
Is it really? They seem to like Pier 1 at the store. And what are these? Those are just little handmade little bags with putting things in. Strange looking. Look at this little piece here. What is that on there? A little bird? Perhaps. Many, many different things to look at, that's for sure. What do you think? Are they me?
These are fun. These are vintage Planet Hollywood pins. Planet Hollywood is another one kind of like Hard Rock Cafe, only instead of music memorabilia, it was movie memorabilia. Now, if I remember correctly, it was co-founded by Arnold Schwarzenegger, Bruce Willis, Demi Moore, and who else?
Schwarzenegger.
I said Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Bruce Willis,
Demi Moore, and one other. I can't remember who else it was, but they all got together and they founded them and they opened them all over the world. And, they got a little too big too fast, so they had to close a bunch of them down. So there's still a few left, but there's ones like Sydney and what's the other one there? I'm trying to see Atlanta. I don't know if those are still around or not. So they might be collectible, they might not be.
Look at this dog here. I like him. He's got a little buddy right down there. He is a vintage Dalmatian mom and puppy. He's porcelain. He's from China, and he's 37, or she, I should say, is $37.99. Look at this face plant. She's very Picasso-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Blue face pottery hanging planter. She's also 34.
With the Dalmatian, you'd need to buy 100 more of them, right?
You would. Look at these. Oh, look. Is this Hadley? Is that M.A. Hadley?
It is.
No. Is it? Oh, yeah. M.A. Hadley, of course.
Uh-huh.
I'm used to it being written in blue. I wonder if that's the newer ones or the older ones. A fish-footed tray, spoon rest, and that's $24.99. I love Hadley's work. And they have some dishes here, too. Look at those. Chicken dishes. Look at the lamb dish. The cow. And 2 cows, a lamb. I like the lamb one. That one is $21.99. That's what I'm used to seeing for Hadley.
Mm-hmm.
These are getting so hard to find. And they are, people. Maybe you can find them online and on eBay. When I say something's hard to find, like I was saying in somewhere, I was said that the bluebirds of happiness are getting hard to find. I'm talking about when I'm out thrifting, and they are. It used to be that I'd see them at garage sales once a week. Not anymore. And yes, you can go on eBay and get them, but I'm referring to when I'm thrifting or doing sales. They are getting harder and harder to find.
Look at this mid-century modern cat lamp. He's funny.
Oh, I love that. I wonder if that's really old or if that's
IKEA.
IKEA.
I think it's newer.
Well, it's saying it's MCM.
I think it's interpretation though. It's like a tribute.
Right, $75.
Mm-hmm.
But it's fun as heck. Oh, and look at the cat bag.
You got the cat bag down there.
Love that.
I was going up here to take a look at the hoot.
Yeah, lots of owls. I've never known owls were as popular until you kind of started with your It's a Hoot. Vintage, handmade wooden horse. Almost representative of a dollar type horse, but this is very different.
How many dollars is it?
This is made in India and it is almost $65. So it's an expensive little horse. What is this dish? Oh, that's pretty. Looks hand painted wood. And look at the textiles up there. Those look hand woven. Got some artwork over here and some Blvd paperweights. I don't see a signature, but that's a nice base. Nice and clear and clean. And there's no price on that one.
It's that one sitting there.
Oh, here it is. It is $50. Controlled bubbles, so Blvd. This one's $42. Ooh, look at that shade. And look at this face. Face vases and pots are so very popular. It's six faces. It's six faces. It's matte white, and they won $38 for that.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice find.
Cool.
It is.
Oh, look at the alabaster owl. I've sold him.
You
before.
sold him, yeah, very much so. Oh, look at the bird. The bird pot, wonderful. Vintage speckled pottery vase with bird. I like that a lot.
You know.
Oh, look at the cat. How fun. Well, they have a lot of really lovely items here in this antique mall, but unfortunately, they're right on price for everything. And as a reseller, that doesn't give me any room. But it sure was fun to explore and learn what other vendors are doing.
I'm super excited because today we're visiting the Museum of Pop Culture here in Seattle. Look at the amazing architecture of this building. I have a feeling it's going to be absolutely full of interesting things. We start by heading into the gallery of the Pop Culture Hall of Fame. They induct new members every year, and this room has original memorabilia from some of the most recognizable movies, TV shows, and books of all time. Let's see what's in here. have a special exhibit on right now about Leica, the stop-motion animation company that has produced amazing films like Coraline and Paranorman. I'm really excited to see all of the pieces they have on display in this special gallery. Seattle is known for its music, with artists like Nirvana, Jimi Hendrix, Heart, and so many more. Of course, this museum is going to have a gallery dedicated to them. Harleen is playing Super Mario Brothers. Do 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 do. Meanwhile, Gary is rocking out in the gift shop. This place has been so much fun. Between all the picking and walking around the museum, we've worked up quite the appetite, so we're heading to the Museum Cafe for some delicious Pacific Northwest fare. Today we're getting grilled cheese and Puget Sound crab sandwiches, and a fresh, locally sourced club. Yum. While we enjoy our delicious meal, let's recap today's finds. Well, we've had an amazing day picking here in Seattle, Washington, and that museum was so much fun.
And lunch was pop culture perfect.
If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It helps these adventures happen. Please ring that bell and you'll always know when our videos drop. Leave us a comment. Why not? We read them all because you will be really glad you joined the journey.